YUNKJunk!
Hey everybody, it's Dylan and Terry from YUNKJunk HQ. We just kind of wanted to talk to you a minute about podcasting and kind of give you some examples of kind of the things that we can do. So we thought the best way to do that would be to do a podcast now. So the reason that we're so all in on podcasts is because we set up studios so that they're kind of permanently set. Anybody can come in and anybody can speak at any time and kind of get their message across. So where we're at now is that we're able to bring in lots and lots of new podcasts that Dylan can engineer because all the setup's been finished, right? So kind of what I wanted to talk about is the new way we're kind of thinking of conducting our podcast business. Dylan has said that we're ready to bring in more. We currently are doing 4 shows regularly. We're looking to up that to about 8 for right now. And that can be any day of the week. And we're just going to hold it to about an hour to an hour and a half. So what we'll do on our end is make sure that it's all set up before you get here. And then Dylan will act as your engineer so that you can start putting forth and creating content. This is one of the main sets that we use. And it's actually the one that I think is most beneficial because it's a 2-man group, right? Most podcasts are done like this, shot like this, where you're just talking to someone across from you. We are now able to extend an offer to you where you can come in and have that done. I wanted Dylan to talk a little bit about post-production and how it kind of works because this is not the kind, because one, this is the kind of place where you can come in and we cut it live and we just give you that and you be on your way. But I think the beauty of podcasting is in the back end and having someone that can handle your distribution as well as your editing. So when we're doing podcasts, we don't see any reason that you shouldn't be pulling out somewhere in the realm of 5 to 7 shorts that are then released on YouTube as vertical cut shorts in addition to the release of the podcast each week. This is kind of like the standard issue where we start. And Dylan has proved himself to be quite masterful in this role of not only do we punch it live, where we could even live stream it if you'd like, but the main thing is that we can do a pre-record in which Dylan will go through it and pull out some selects that will be used to market the existing long-form piece. This is just YouTube 101 in that it's not enough to just do the show. You also have to promote the show and make sure you're promoting it regularly through the proper channels. YouTube likes YouTube Shorts. That probably makes a lot of sense, but pretty much you want to be releasing smaller cuts on YouTube Shorts that you are on YouTube and ensuring that they are subtitled properly. Dylan is now doing that for 4 clients right now so that there is something released on YUNKJunk every single day, whether it be a long form episode or a short, ideally both. So we want to kind of extend that new opportunity to you. So Dylan, if you could, when you are having in a new client and they're doing a 2-man like this, what is your role?
So I act as the technical director as well as the engineer of the whole thing. So I'm doing, as you said, the live punches to different camera angles. I'm monitoring the audio as well as adjusting camera angles and what have you to make sure that the quality of the show is up to par with other podcasts that we admire. Mm-hmm. Because it's a really booming industry right now. Everybody wants a podcast. Everybody has a podcast idea. And the cool thing is that with this method that we set up, anybody can come in and shoot their podcast immediately and be walking away within a few minutes with content.
Yeah, that's right. So the beauty of having an operator who can also edit and the way we design the space is when you're done, those files are ready to go. We can just give it to you and you can be on your way. But you might be missing out on secret sauce. The secret sauce being shorts, marketing, distribution, as well as writing. You have to write captions to make this stuff work. And if you're like me and you're a busy business owner, you do not have time for this. Everyone thinks they have time for this. You don't have time for this. You need to be in a situation where you just know, hey, it's Thursday, it's 4:00. I'm going to shoot my show, 5:00. I'm out the door and I know all week long there'll be content. Mm-hmm. So what Dylan and I have kind of come up with is an action plan for Dylan to start really selling and marketing our podcast services to more and more. So whether you are a single person, 2 people, or up to 5 people, we have you covered. You can also do a remote guest and in-person type of shoot as well. We do that all the time, in which, all of your guests are remote, but you come local to the studio. And even in that scenario, everything's done by the time you're done. So I have a couple of different products for you. The first product is kind of the simple shoot where you still want to do your own post-production, but you want to walk away with a completed show. That is not a problem at all. So you can come to us and say, we just want the light. The light is realistically an hour and a half of our time. You come in, you do an hour show, you get up, you leave with the footage, and then it's done. And we price that fairly low. The next level up is if you are adding a live stream element to it. So for 2 of our clients, they are live stream shows, which means everything's got to work because you're doing it right there and then and broadcasting out. That is the next level up, but only slightly because we're not necessarily doing any, the work we're doing is more related to the art of live streaming, not post-production. So first there is the pre-record handoff, then there's the live stream with handoff, and then there's the level that I think is most beneficial to most people. This is where you offsite your post-production. So what this means is we have access to your YouTube channels or social media channels, and we take the finished product, and the first thing Dylan does is he does some audio engineering to it. What does that mean?
So basically, I just go in and I enhance the audio just to make it a little bit better, a little bit more polished. So that includes just any basic audio manipulation in terms of EQ, compression, gating to negate microphone bleed and whatnot. My background is in audio engineering, so I've had tons of experience with doing that type of work. So
right out of the gate, you get a professionally audio engineered WAV file that you can use on podcasting platforms. This is important because, we wholeheartedly think the YouTube podcast is the best version of podcast, but we also respect that a lot of people want to release things on Apple Music and Spotify, which we encourage. And the best way to do that is with a polished track that our audio engineer can give you. So typically he has that done in about 48 hours. So on a pre-record, no problem. You'll have your final files that you can upload elsewhere at that time. The next step of this is taking that sweetened audio that he worked on and putting it underneath the existing video file. So the video that we live recorded is going to sound even better because we're going to pair it to the professionally mixed audio tracks. The other thing we're going to add in here is a couple of effects as far as an intro video can come up. Lower thirds can be put into place, as well as at the end, you can have ending music, ending logo treatments, ending animations. All of that we can do. All we need is your logo file, and we'll get started on that. And then the last thing, which I think is most important, is we are offering included shorts with this package. So with this package, in the ideal world, remember, you're releasing 1 day a week and you're pumping out marketing the rest. So the ideal package that you kind of want to look at is Dylan doing post-production and giving you the audio track, taking that audio track and putting it under the full episode and releasing that on a day of the week that you like. And then the other 6 days, Dylan will create shorts for that have captions on them. So that's going to give you the best bang for buck, as well as the best chance of being seen on YouTube. Included with that will be some caption writing. So we're not ever going to put anything out that's looking ugly. It's also going to include some thumbnail treatments. So this is kind of the works. But the thing about the works with podcasting is you kind of got to do it all if you want to be successful. Our YUNKJunk YouTube page has content going out every day and always will. YouTube is starving. YouTube is hungry. But the question you got to ask yourself is, do you have time to go through all of these podcasts and pull out certain time chunks to make your own shorts? Or would you rather offload that to a team that is doing it successfully for 4 other shows? So certainly there's other opportunities there, but I think what we've done is really created a system that is affordable, that is effective, and that has an engineer that is specifically suited to handle YouTube and YouTube Shorts. So he's also very excited to do this and is with you on your journey. You know, you have a legitimate podcast producer here. It's not just someone pushing buttons. It's someone who can take you to the next level and who can make sure that you are fully prepared to produce a podcast, but all you got to do is show up and shoot.
Yeah, as long as you have an idea, we can make a podcast in a minute's notice.
So right now we are offering a significant discount on what this would be. Whereas for $500 a month, we are willing to give you access to this studio for on a weekly basis. We'll live stream the content if you want. We'll record the content. We will do the uploads to whatever sort of RSS feed or Spotify or Apple Music on your behalf for the audio version. We'll also take that sweetened audio and put it under the YouTube version. We'll release that, and we will create 6 days worth of shorts for each and every episode you have. So this is kind of a once in a blue moon type of deal. We're doing it dirt cheap, but remember, we're also doing it in a way where it only takes an hour of your time a week. So if you can commit to that hour to come in and record with us, we can commit to giving you daily content and really do our best to make sure your podcast is seen. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that just about covers it all.
So those shorts, remember, this will include captioned shorts, and it will include end graphics, thumbnails, all the stuff that you don't think about that will take up 4 to 7 hours of your time. We want to handle it for you and make this as easy as possible. So Dylan is the main podcast producer here. I do own the company, but if you reach out to Dylan at thevideocontentfactory.com, he can help you out with any of your YUNKJunk needs and make sure that you have a podcast that is easy to do and fun to do, because we take all of the hard parts out of it. All right. And also, this is YUNKJunk. We have shows coming out every day and shorts coming out every day. So please like, subscribe, and comment, and let's make sure that the next great podcast is yours.
YUNKJunk!